I actually wanted to talk about why they make new fighting games, So Street Fighter 6 is coming out next year, and there's a lot of hubbub. Street Fighter 6 honestly looking good, but so far we have not heard the old game good, new game bad for Street Fighter 6. So far we have not heard that. But I don't want to talk about that specifically. I want to look at the other side, and despite people usually having that energy, why do they actually make new fighting games? At one point, all these games were new. Even this one, all these games are new. Why do they make new fighting games despite people saying that all the new games are bad? My man said money. You're jumping ahead of the game. Money, obviously, but there's Rev 2. So what happens in fighting games normally is a new game comes out. The new game was Guilty Gear Xrd Sign, right? Guilty Gear Xrd Sign came out in arcades like August 2014. Okay, brand new game. Everyone is hyped. You guys have no... Bro, when they showed that the Xrd trailer live for the first time and like there was no news about Guilty Gear for years, okay, that shit went dumb. Then, because there's patches for Sign, so we go to Revelator. Once you go to Revelator, there's hype, but it's not from new people, it's from people who are already playing. So each update of the game gets smaller and smaller because they're basically making the updates for people who play the game, not for new people. So reason number one why they make new fighting games is because they want to open up the gates to new people again. There's a bunch of reasons why new people will not play updates of a game. One, they might not think the game is doing enough, especially in the old days. Like they would add a couple of characters and some new mechanics. If you're playing the game, you don't just get a couple of characters and new mechanics. You get balance changes for all the characters. So if you're into the game, that's cool. But if you're not into the game, you don't give a fuck about the balance changes, probably, unless you heard about something that's broken and that's why that was stopping you. People who aren't playing aren't going to get too hype for like that type of thing. That's really, really important. For BB, this was so big. This was so big. Like they usually do like new game and then big update number one and then like an extend version. And by the extend version, so many people are burnt out on BlazBlue that they have to make a brand new game. And when they make a brand new BlazBlue, it's from top to bottom. It's like new art, mad new characters, hella new mechanics. And they try to just make it like a brand new game because they know it's hard to get people into the game using updates. It's pretty tough. The second reason is each version also, out of the people who are already playing, there's going to be a drop-off of people who are already playing. Why? So this is the full Exocast. If you were playing at the beginning where these two were godly characters, so Ram in particular, Strive players, don't worry, Xrd players understood this once upon a time too. When Ram came out, she was really ridiculous, and then Alpha came out on console, and she was also really ridiculous, as you know. But players were like, okay, these characters are super bullshit, but they'll probably, tone them down a little bit, right? Along comes Sign 1.1, where Ram gets kicked in the knees really hard, and then Elphelt just endures. And then Elphelt endures patch after patch after patch. It takes a while actually for Ram to get back to being close to what she was on release. So you'll get some burnout on balance from people who are still playing the game. So that means each patch, so new game comes out, brand new players and legacy players. Then you have a drop off. Then a patch comes out. So the patch attracts very few, if any, new players, and then there's a drop off of people who are still playing the game. And then it'll happen as many patches as they end up doing. So you have to take into account for this too, that the people who are playing will also kind of get burnt out, especially if like their character is never buffed the way they want or something like that. They're like, screw this game's doesn't care about me, and they just move on. And then the last big thing is also about like versions of the game. So again, we're on Rev 2.1. Each new update is specifically made for people who are already playing. This kind of connects to what I was saying before about how you won't get new people into an update, but like it's really for specifically people who are still playing the game. Like think of it as like service, games as a service type energy, where when they make a brand new game, they're trying to get brand new people into fighting games. And it's pretty important to get new people into fighting games. Fighting games, we ride dangerous, like riding a motorcycle on a highway through traffic at like 100 miles per hour, because that shit could just crash. Like you never know. I think we are like 3 or 4 games safe, but there was definitely a point where it was like, oh, if this game is fucked, the genre is fucked. This game was such a big deal. in the end, this game has its own community. So when the game came out, it was everybody all piled in. But by now, like, there's a Dragon Ball community. They have to continue to make new games that are not just for new players, but appeal to people. So, like I said at the beginning of the year, I feel like you're going to see way more this, or this, and way less, basically way less or no original titles. If it's not like an old legacy title like Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, or if it's not based off an established IP, I basically think, especially in modern day, you will not see it as a new game, a brand new game. I think it's very hard to make a brand new IP. A brand new IP with the goal of getting new people into the game, I think is very, very tough. But yeah, those are the main reasons why I think they make new fighting games. Of course, there's money too. New players means money. I mean, Multiverse is such a good example. Look at these two games right next to each other, right? Yeah, Multiverses, you got DNF. And DNF, it's based off something. You might not know what it is, but it is based off something. Dungeon Fighter, DFO. And this is based off WB IPs. It's just the safest way, you know? But the good news is, I feel like if you don't like that it's going that way, the good news is at least we will definitely keep on getting new stuff.